you'll learn to overhaul beautifully your XTR, XT, m540, m520 SPD mountain bike pedals. They will run lightly with no play or a little play in really worn pedals. Let's start with the parts. For XT, the axle, the rubber seal, the log bush, then 12 balls, 11 for XTR, then another bushing with bearing races and the rubber ring, 12 balls, the cone, and the lock nut. On the m520, a little bit different. We've got the axle, we've got the seal, which is not that good, then plastic log bush, which needs the bearing race, 12 balls, bearing races on this bushing and this ring, and then 12 balls, the cone, and the lock nut. Left side with L, right pedal with R, and now all the threads. So the left pedal, we are threading it into the arm counterclockwise. So this is left-handed or reverse thread. Then this little thread for your cone is right-handed. And then right-handed thread for the log push. Okay, so again, we've got right, right, left for the left pedal. And the left thread is sometimes marked on some parts of Shimano pedals. Now, the right pedal. We've got the right-handed thread into the arm, then right-handed also for the cone. That's the same for both pedals, and then left for the log push. So again, left, right, and right. Okay, now it's good to use the vise for this work, but it's okay to use like a crank arm like this one.
Vamos.
He'll check if it's okay. It's okay, we can do it. Now, don't start with greasing. You start with a rubber seal, and it's not symmetrical. You can see it has this lip, and the lip goes towards the crank arm. So that's the bottom of our axle. Now we can grease it, and from now on everything will be easy. Just one thing can be a little tricky. So grease your log bush, slide it in. Now you need the bearing race. After greasing, we put the race, which goes upwards. So the bearing race is facing now up for those little balls which come after greasing it. Too much grease will not allow you to see all the balls. Now make sure they are in place, and don't be afraid. Don't think you need more. 12 is enough, and there will be gap in between them. Now I'm greasing this bushing, and now you need to move it a little to make sure it slides down onto those 12 balls. Now comes this rubber ring, and it's not symmetrical. You can see it's something looking like a bearing race. It's not the bearing race, but it goes upwards, and it's here for you to hold those 12 balls. Again, nicely into the bearing race, a little grease. If you put too much grease, I will show you on the XT pedal, it will push off those balls. Now we have the right-handed thread here. I go until I feel the resistance, then I return just a little. After backing off, I can go with my lock nut. You can see the blue thing, that's the thread lock which originally was put onto that pedal. I'm not using it. I never had the problem. I just use the lock nut nicely, and my bearing is free from any movement. Also, you can see also the red thread lock on that bush lock on the XT pedals. I don't use it. Now here you need the special tool. I lost it again, so you might try some other tool and a cloth. Now you push it until you feel the resistance, and then you push just a little bit more. That's about 10 Newton meters. These pedals have about 30-40 thousandths kilometers in them, so beautifully working. Now the XT. So the left side, we have left hand thread. Before we grease, we put the seal. This is high quality seal. In order for you to know which side it should go in, just slide it into that log bush and you will see how it fits. Then it goes into this little groove beautifully. Now I put the grease. And now after greasing this log bush, it has some plastic or polymer rings inside of it. It slides in and stops. A little bit of grease, and now 12 balls. Again, XTR, the newest XTR, will have 11 because it's thinner and it has thinner stock. Now it's important to move the whole thing a little, and when you feel no resistance, those balls are in place. Now again, this little rubber ring which will hold your balls, and oh, my light went off. Okay, we're back. And now you will see when I put so much grease what happens to those balls. They will be pushed off by the grease. You need to make sure you don't have them on your fingers, but on the bearing race. Okay, now comes the lock nut, the right hand thread for both pedals here, and then I just lock it nicely, check whether the bearing works freely. It does. And now comes the body of the pedal, and here, beautiful thing, you simply use 17 millimeters wrench until it stops, then a little bit more, that's 10 Newton meters, working beautifully, ready for the next seasons to come, many seasons. Thanks for watching.